The next set of compounds that we're going to look at in terms of how to name them and write formulas for them are covalent compounds. If we remember, compounds are formed when nonmetals bond together by sharing electrons. In the names for covalent compounds, we use prefixes, and the purpose of the prefix is to tell us how many of each atom. And a little rule, if you will, is that we do not use the prefix mono if there's only one of the first atom, and we'll look at that as we look at examples. But before getting to examples, I want to go over the prefixes with you guys. There are 10 prefixes that you will see, and here they are: mono, di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta, octa, nona, and deca. So let's look at some examples. All right, the first set of examples, we have the formulas and we have to write the names. So if I go back and I'm looking at this, the first element is going to keep its name. So C is carbon. The second element is written like a regular anion. So what's going to happen is you're going to take the root and add the suffix IDE. So hydrogen becomes hydride. Okay. And then the next part, we're looking at subscripts to give us information on what prefix we would need to use. There's no subscript after the C, so it's understood to be 1. And according to this rule here, all right, if we just have one of the first atom, we do not use the prefix mono. So it's just going to be carbon. All right, there's the 4 after this one. So we're going to use the prefix tetra. And I didn't give myself enough space. So that's carbon tetrahydride. Okay, so for the second one, I just want to rewrite this. So it's going to be carbon tetrahydride. And the amount of space is just bothered me. So for the second one, we're going to do the same thing. P is going to be phosphorus. O is oxide. The 2 means we're going to use the prefix di. So it's diphosphorus. Okay, the prefix for 5 is penta. And then oxide, there is this grammar rule when you have the O and A situation. We're going to drop the A. So it becomes pentoxide. All right, and then our next one, we just have C and O. No subscripts. Both of them are understood to be 1. So for the first one, we're going to leave it as carbon, but we do use the prefix mono if we only have one of the second element. And we're going to drop one of the O's and it becomes monoxide. Okay, so that's what we do when we have the formula and we go to the name. No Roman numerals or anything like that. We just have to use prefixes to help us with how many of each. And then if you have the name and you have to write the formula, no balancing of charges happening here. So the biggest thing is making sure you have the right symbols. All right. So silicon dioxide, silicone's Si, di meaning 2 and is connected to the oxide, so that's O2. So the formula is SiO2. Tetraphosphorus dicoxide, tetra means 4, so it's connected to phosphorus, so it's going to be P4. Dicoxide, that's deca, which is 10, so O10. For covalent compounds, you do not simplify. All right, you leave it as is. So do not simplify. Okay, do not simplify covalent compounds. All right, well, if you have any questions, let me know. If you don't have any questions, let us continue and get this done.